Hey, my name is Professor Carlos. I am the owner and head instructor here at Jiu Jitsu Modern, and I want to thank you guys for joining our team. Okay, this is a short video on what to expect in the following months of your training, especially if you're brand new to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So I just want to first off say that Jiu Jitsu is probably going to be one of the hardest things you're going to learn. Okay, so take it for what it is. It is going to be one of the hardest things you're going to learn. It's like a Rubik's Cube times a million. It's like the hardest language you're going to learn times 1,000. Okay, and in this video, I just want to kind of go over what to expect in the first few months of your training. Okay, so for the first 2 months of training, maybe 2 to 3 months, it's almost like the honeymoon stage. Everything is brand new. It's super exciting. You have no expectations, so you come in and you just want to train, and you really don't care about getting better yet, but you just want to like understand the techniques and the moves. So it's an exciting time. Okay, and then after those few months, you're gonna run into a plateau. You're gonna run into some hurdles. Okay, and I just want to give you some tips and tricks that are gonna help you get through these first few months. And if you can get through these first 6 months of training, everything is going to be real easy from there. Okay, but for the first part, I want you guys to understand that in Jiu-Jitsu there's tons of techniques. That's what makes it so effective, and that's one of the reasons I started training back in 2005. I was a much smaller person, and I wanted to understand how a much smaller person can effectively defeat and beat someone who's much larger, and Jiu-Jitsu was the martial art for that. Okay, so understand that there's a wide array of different techniques and concepts that you're going to have to remember. Okay, which is the hardest part. And after remembering it, you're going to have to apply it to someone who's resisting, and it gets even harder than that. Okay, so there's a bunch of different techniques that we have to understand, but try not to understand techniques in the beginning. Try to understand concepts, different concepts. Or if you can understand 2 techniques, that's really going to help you out. And that's what helped me out, was understanding 1 or 2 techniques, and I would build off those techniques. If one technique didn't work, I would try the other technique. If that technique didn't work, I would go back to the other one. It's almost it's equivalent to like putting money in the bank. Okay, you start off by saving $2, $10. You can't really do much with that money, in the beginning. And then you get to 50 and 100 and 1,000, and all of a sudden you can purchase with that money. Okay, it's the same thing with the techniques you're learning. You learn 1 or 2 techniques. Okay, from there you build off those techniques, and you keep acquiring different techniques, and before you know it, you have a wide array of different techniques that are in your pocket that you can do against someone that's trying to hurt you. Okay, or you're training with. Okay. So start off small. There should be long-term goals. It shouldn't be short-term. You shouldn't come in and try to beat everybody. You should just try to absorb as much as you can in those first few months of Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, and then your attendance is huge. How much you're coming to train. So if you can make it here twice a week, I believe twice a week is probably your best bet. That's perfect. That's going to help you retain the techniques that we're teaching. If you can make it more, 3, 4, even better. Okay, it's like anything else you do. The more time you put in, okay, the better the output. Okay, the better results that you're going to see. And again, it might not be quick, the results. It might take time, but it'll come. Okay, the light of the tunnel will be there before you know it. I remember being a student and feeling I could never get out of that tunnel. I feel like the light was going to take forever. Before I knew it, I was there. And before I knew it, I was a black belt, and I was understanding different techniques. And it's never too late to learn. Even now, right now, I continue to learn different techniques, and I still run through plateaus. But that first plateau is really what's gonna kind of dictate whether you continue your journey with Jiu-Jitsu or not. Okay, so your attendance is huge. Just trying to build up slowly and understand different techniques. Have long-term goals, not short-term goals. Short-term goals are great. Maybe you want to hop into a competition. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds in a month. That's awesome. That's great. But think long-term with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, And also making new friends. So we all come in brand new, walking through that door, and it's probably one of the scariest things you can do is walk into an academy where you're about to step on the mats with a bunch of people trying to choke you and twist you up and all these crazy things. But if you can make a connection with your training partners, it's gonna make the time that you spend on the mats just great, having a good time with people. But two, it's gonna push the ability that progressive ability that you have through. You're just gonna keep getting better and better and better with your training partners. Okay, as opposed to being alone and not working with anybody. Okay, so make new friends is a big one. We also have a Facebook group. So in that Facebook group, any questions you have about certain techniques, school closures, if we're open, anything, it's a perfect platform for you to go on and access those questions. I'll definitely answer those questions. The other coaches will answer those questions. All the other students will answer your questions. Or if you want to post something that you saw, it's a great platform to do so. Okay, and in the gym, anything you want to go over, any questions you have, please feel free to ask myself or any other coaches. That's why we're here. We're here for you guys. We're here so that we can all continue to grow together. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions, whether it's jiu-jitsu related or anything that's going on outside. We're here for you. Okay, so just to recap real quick of what we went through. Your attendance is huge. Try to get to class. It's going to help you progress. It's definitely going to help you progress. The techniques you're going to learn, please take it slow. Learn one or two techniques and build off those techniques. And what's even more important is the concepts behind those techniques. Okay, and making friends. Making friends is a huge thing that you can do at the school. Okay, building that camaraderie between your training partners. Okay, so those are the few things that'll help you really push through that first plateau. If you can get through the first 2 months, hit that plateau, get through those 6 months, before you know it, hit that 8-month, 9-month mark, you're a blue belt, you close your eyes and you're a purple belt, and then all of a sudden you're a black belt. Okay, so enjoy this journey. Again, I want to thank you guys for joining our team. Okay, take care, guys. See you on the mats.